And this is the latest in the National Herald money laundering case. The Karnataka Congress chief D.K. Shivakumar has reacted to the ED summons, stating that he will be occupied on the required date when he has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. The Congress State Unit chief has been asked to appear before the agency on the 7th of this month. He says that he will take a decision on it today, but he has also stated that he will be occupied on the 7th of November. Let's remember that at the same time, Karnataka is going to the polls. So D.K. Shivakumar has said that he will be unavailable on the 7th of November, but he has been summoned by the agency when it comes to the National Herald money laundering case. Let's listen in to the Karnataka Congress chief.
I have got a summons that I have to appear on 7th. I have been fully occupied with our national president's program. Just day before yesterday, I got a summons. So I am looking at it. For me and my brother, they have summoned it. I will take a call on this today.
I'm joined by Ashish Maharishi on the phone line, who tracks the Enforcement Directorate. Ashish, good afternoon. Take us through the modalities of this entire case and the charges that D.K. Shivakumar faces.
So, D.K. Shivakumar basically has donated, he along with his brother, they both have donated some amount to the company called Young Indian. We all know Young Indian is the company which basically holds major equity when it comes to taking over of the Associated Journal. We all know that there is a money laundering case which is being probed by the Enforcement Directorate on the directives of the court, where the court has said that there is some sort of sham transactions which have taken place because there was, the equity, the way equity was taken over for a minimal amount of around 50 lakh rupees only, and the assets that came in for around 2,000 crore rupees. Then this investigation, was being done by Enforcement Directorate. Now, but majorly, the Enforcement Directorate is looking at the money trail which has landed into the Young Indian. So some portion of the money which came into Young Indian was basically donated by D.K. Shivakumar and his brother. Now, the Enforcement Directorate is basically looking at all the donations that came into Young Indian. We all know Young Indian is basically a form of an NGO under the Companies Act. So it is basically, it can only accept donations. There is no income and expenditure account. Basically there is no profit and loss account. There is an income and expenditure account which is prepared under Young Indian. So here they are looking at basically all the money that has landed into the coffers of Young Indian, and some portion of the donation has landed from D.K. Shivakumar, and that is why he has been summoned. Last time when he came in, he was questioned at length, but then he was asked to bring some documents, and that is why he has been summoned again, because he has to furnish some financial details of himself as well as his brother. So both have been summoned. That is what I have been told by my sources in the Enforcement Directorate. And the summons are for Monday and Tuesday, that is 7th and 8th.
Right. And Ashish, at the same time, is the lens also on where D.K. Shivakumar was able to accumulate all that money and pump it into Young Indian?
So basically, D.K. Shivakumar is himself a rich individual. That you can't deny that, because he's himself a very rich individual, somebody who you can say he's a high net worth individual. So, but again, if the money has been laundered or not, if there is some data entry which has been used to bring that money into Young Indian, that is what is being probed. So, but it will be too early to comment, because they are looking at each and every donation that has come into Young Indian. So what they're trying to track down is whether the money is legitimate in nature or not. So too early to comment whether the money is illegitimate, but that is what is being probed as of now.
Right. And Ashish, because there are many Congress leaders at the center of this controversy, please take us through the criminality that has been alleged by the agency and that which they are probing.
So Young Indian, if you remember, was a company which was started by Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, other senior Congress functionaries like Oscar Fernandez and others. There are people who are no longer alive, including Motilal Vora. But, later on, the office bearers got changed. People like Mallikarjuna Kharge, Pawan Bansal, all these individuals basically came into the organization. But here, when the company started, there was some money that came in from a Kolkata-based shell company. That is what the Enforcement Directorate has claimed. And then this money, ultimately when there was a complaint filed by Subramanian Swamy in the court, and the court took cognizance of the matter, then, ultimately it was decided that there should be a money laundering probe. And the court, it was basically on the directives of the court only that the Enforcement Directorate registered an ECIR. There is no FIR as such, which the Congress has been claiming. But then the court has taken cognizance of the complaint of Dr. Subramanian Swamy, and then this complaint was finally registered. But ultimately, the allegation is that just for a few lakh rupees, because there was an equity takeover, there was a debt takeover as well, because Associated General was under immense debt, and just for a few lakh rupees, the entire equity and the debt was taken over by a company called Young Indian, where 76% of equity is with Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, and then rest of the equity is with other Congress functionaries. Money also came in from Congress. So, the money cannot come from a political party into an NGO. That is, again, a wrong transaction, you can say a questionable transaction. So there have been number of questionable transactions, whether money coming from Kolkata-based shell company, money coming from Congress, then the equity and the debt takeover. The debt takeover ultimately resulted in assets taking over of more than 2,000 crore rupees. So the court in itself, if you see that, the judgments that have come in the past, the court in itself has questioned the transaction. It has called it as a sham transaction, and that is why a money laundering probe was ordered. So investigation is happening. The Enforcement Directorate is basically looking at all the transactions that have happened in the past, especially into Young Indian. They're looking at each and every donation. There are substantial donations that have come from the south, especially from Karnataka, and that is why a number of individuals from Karnataka have recently been summoned, including D.K. Shivakumar. So D.K. Shivakumar has to appear on the 7th and the 8th. I believe his brother has to appear on the 8th, and they have to furnish all the documents, especially related to the money that landed into the coffers of Young Indian. They want to see the money trail, whether the money is legitimate in nature or not.
Right. Thank you, Ashish, for that comprehensive take on the National Herald case. So D.K. Shivakumar has been summoned by the agency on the 7th of November, but he has said that he is busy on that day. So that decision, whether he'll appear before the ED, he will take that today. We're getting some more breaking news.